Employee relations has to do with the management of individual and collective workplace connections. There is a rising emphasis on the interaction between managers and their team members. Employee relations, if not managed well, can affect employee morale. This is a complex area, as it deals with the contractual, psychological aspects of the employee-employer connection. HR department is tasked with the responsibility to manage this relationship. The HR department has to put together employee relations policies and programs that are also aligned with organizational strategies and employee needs. What are some aspects that come under this? Issues that deal with trade unions, health and safety, workplace rules violations, substance abuse, sexual harassment, abuse of authority, conflict resolution, grievance handling are but some of a wide variety of issues that the HR department has to deal with. Understanding the impact of the psychological contract. While there is usually a formal employee contract, we should also consider the importance of the psychological contract between the employee and the employer. This may not be written down but is basically a mutual understanding between two parties. This social and psychological contract that exists between the employer and employee, when violated, can lead to loss of trust and eroding of employee morale. If employees frequently believe that their firm has failed meet the promises made, the level of commitment and loyalty wanes. This can lead to high levels of turnover and reduction in productivity. The souring of employee relations happens when they feel that obligations promised have not been met, and also if the expectations have been misunderstood. The simple solution is for the organizational leaders or authority figures to ensure clear communication as well as establish transparency. They also have to ensure that promises made are fulfilled. The HR department has to set fair policies, ensure organizational justice, follow ethical practices, and promote a workplace environment that increases teamwork and creates positive culture. Let us try to understand the role of an employee relations specialist. An employee relations expert is the individual who oversees various areas of employee performance and well-being inside a corporation or government organization. In addition, this professional frequently examines and manages disciplinary measures, claims of discrimination or harassment, and labor conflicts. These and other activities may be undertaken by an employee relations specialist in small firms, but in a major firm or government agency, these tasks are frequently undertaken by an entire department. Employee relations specialists are typically located in the human resources department. However, in some firms, they might be found in the legal department. The role as a contact person is one of the most fundamental responsibilities of employee relations specialists. Employee complaints or concerns, as well as requests for information, assistance, and counsel, are often handled by the person in this role. The specialist will assess the best course of action after evaluating the organization's policies and all applicable laws. This professional helps employees, management, benefit coordinators, unions, mediators, and lawyers communicate more effectively. The employee relations specialist may also be called as a point of contact for clarification of corporate regulations, health and safety initiatives, and disciplinary action. In some firms, the employee relations expert might conduct an intake interview for employees who have drug or alcohol addictions, health challenges, or other personal concerns that interfere with their professional life. If the organization provides an employee assistance plan, the relationship management person handles the intake and, if necessary, sends employees to additional counsel and treatment. Specialists in this field can assist employees in locating outside assistance for legal or marital issues. They may also be in charge of the company's health and wellness programs as well as smoking cessation initiatives. Many firms find themselves gaining ground by assisting employees with personal issues. Discipline and involuntary termination of work frequently entail employee relations. Typically, the professional will analyze corporate policies and advise management on the best next line of action. Employee relations specialists can manage final paperwork records and conduct exit interviews in cases of involuntary termination. When employees lose their employment due to outsourcing or automation, some groups provide retraining or job placement aid. The Human Resources Department frequently resolves discrimination allegations based on race, religion, gender, age, and disability. In the United States, for example, the Equal Employment Opportunity (EEO) and Americans with Disabilities Act (ADA) both prohibit discrimination in specific circumstances, and the company's EEO compliance officer is often classed as an employee relations expert or manager. This position may also be in charge of teaching and advising staff on how to avoid or disguise discrimination. If the company has a policy against sexual harassment in the workplace, this specialist will look into these claims and suggest appropriate disciplinary action if necessary. They may also conduct corporate harassment awareness campaigns as a preventative measure. Employment relations specialists are individuals who primarily deal with issues between employees and management. This professional can act as a first-step mediator, attempting to resolve minor issues before they become major ones. If the employees belong to a union, the labor relations specialist can assist in the negotiation of employment contracts and collective bargaining agreements. The union may also hire an employment relations specialist to negotiate on their behalf. Most entry-level occupations necessitate some college education, typically a bachelor's degree. Higher-level experts are typically graduates with relevant qualifications. Applicants frequently have a degree in human resources or employment relations. However, a basic business degree may qualify in some cases. Employee relations professionals must have great communication and interpersonal abilities on a personal level. They must be patient, pleasant, and understanding, as well as possess the capacity to remain calm in difficult or hostile situations. On a daily basis, this type of professional deals with sensitive and highly personal information, so he or she must be able to retain confidentiality in a mature and non-judgmental manner.